Hey everyone, welcome to the Bold and the Beautiful. I'm Amma, and I'm so excited to have you here. If you love Bold and Beautiful update, then you're in the right place. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Alright, let's dive right in. Steffy Forrester Finnegan paced like a caged lioness, her high heels clicking sharply against the polished marble floor. She had just returned from a grueling business trip to Milan, her mind still buzzing with sketches of the latest couture line, but the call from her husband Finn had shattered her focus before she even stepped off the private jet. "Luna's alive," he'd said over the phone, his voice a mix of relief and dread that made her stomach twist. Now, standing there with her arms crossed tightly over her cream silk blouse, she stared down Finn, who sat at the conference table, his medical scrubs rumpled from a long shift at the hospital. Alive? After everything she did, trying to destroy our family, seducing while he was blackout drunk, faking her own death to escape the fallout? And now you're telling me she's not just breathing but pregnant? With whose child, Finn? Spill it, because if you don't, I swear I'll. Steffy cut herself off, her blue eyes flashing with the fire that had always defined her. Finn rose slowly, his hands outstretched in a placating gesture, the stubble on his jaw catching the light as he moved closer. "Steffy, please sit down. It's not what you think. The family's been keeping it quiet to protect you and the kids while you were away. Luna's been in hiding, but Lee found her, got her to a safe house. The paternity test came back today. It's positive for Will Spencer, Bill's son. But Luna swears it was consensual in her twisted mind, some desperate bid to tie herself to the Spencers forever." He reached for her, but she jerked back, her manicured nails digging into her palms. Consensual? Will doesn't even remember it. She drugged him, Finn. And now there's a baby? A little innocent life, caught in her web of lies? God, what does this mean for Kelly and Hayes? They idolize their cousin Will, and now this bomb drops. I can't believe you'd keep this from me. Finn's face crumpled, the weight of his divided loyalties evident in the furrow of his brow. "I wanted to shield you, Steffy. You've been through hell with Luna before, her obsession with me, the threats, the way she nearly tore us apart. But she's family through Lee, and this baby, it's going to change everything." Poppy's beside herself in prison, visiting Luna through glass, begging for forgiveness she doesn't deserve. "You have to keep that child safe," Poppy hissed at her during their last call, her voice cracking over the line that Finn had overheard. "It's our blood, Luna. Don't let them take it from us like they took everything else." And Luna just laughed, that cold, calculating laugh that chills me to the bone. "Mom, relax. This baby's my ticket back in. Will's too guilty to fight me, and Bill? He'll do anything for a grandchild." Steffy's breath hitched, the room spinning slightly as she sank into a leather chair, her designer handbag slipping to the floor with a soft thud. "A ticket back in? Into our lives? Over my dead body, Finn. I declared it to Ridge last night on the flight home. I won't let her near my children. She's poison, and this declaration about the baby? It's just another manipulation. We need to talk to Bill, get legal on this before she twists it all." Across town, in the sun-drenched living room of the Spencer mansion, Hope Logan sat on the edge of a plush sectional sofa, her fingers twisting the hem of her emerald green dress, the one Liam had always said made her eyes sparkle like the ocean. The air was thick with the scent of fresh lilies from the vase on the coffee table, a peace offering from her father Deacon that now felt like a cruel irony. Hope had come here on impulse, after Carter's heartbreaking decision to call off their engagement that morning in his sleek apartment overlooking the Pacific. He'd slipped the ring off her finger with trembling hands, his dark eyes glistening as he whispered, "Hope, I see it in your face every time you talk about Beth's school play or the way Liam lights up when he mentions your shared dreams. You're not all in with me, and I won't trap you in something that's half-hearted. Go to him. Be the family you deserve." She'd protested, tears streaming down her cheeks, but deep down, she knew he was right. The pull toward Liam, toward the life they'd built and lost and maybe could rebuild, was undeniable. Now, As the front door swung open and Liam Spencer strode in, his broad shoulders filling the frame, his casual button-down shirt rolled up to reveal forearms tanned from recent sailing trips, Hope's heart leaped into her throat. Hope, what are you doing here? I mean, God, you look incredible, but is everything okay? Liam's voice was a rush of concern and that familiar warmth that always made her feel like home. He dropped his keys on the entry table and crossed the room in 3 strides, kneeling before her, his hands gently cupping her knees. She looked down at him, at the man who'd fathered her child, who'd fought for her through betrayals and boardroom wars, and the words tumbled out before she could stop them. Liam, I ended it with Carter. He saw right through me, through us. I ran here because I can't pretend anymore. Beth needs her parents together, and I need you. The way you look at me, like I'm the only woman in the world, even after all the mess with Steffy and Thomas and everything else. Can we try again? Really try. Liam's eyes widened, a slow smile breaking across his face like dawn over the hills, but he tempered it with caution, his thumbs tracing soothing circles on her skin. Hope, I've dreamed of hearing you say that since the day you walked away. But Luna's chaos is everywhere right now. Will's reeling from the news, Bill's on a rampage threatening lawsuits, and I don't want you rushing into this because of pressure. Remember last time? We promised forever, then life pulled us apart. Hope leaned forward, her hand sliding into his hair, pulling him closer until their foreheads touched. This isn't rushing, Liam. It's clarity. Deacon sat me down this afternoon over coffee at Il Giardino, his eyes all fatherly wisdom and a hint of mischief. Kiddo, he said, stirring his espresso with that old spoon he swears brings luck. You've got 2 good men fighting for you, but only one's got your heart tethered with unbreakable strings. Carter's steady, sure, but Liam? He's the storm and the calm. Don't waste another day doubting. And Brooke, God, she called right after, her voice soft like always. Hope, love doesn't wait. If it's Liam, run to him before pride keeps you apart. So here I am running. Liam chuckled softly, the sound vibrating through her, and he rose to pull her into his arms, their bodies fitting like puzzle pieces long separated. Then let's do this right. Dinner tonight? Just us, no phones, no spoilers from the Forrester grapevine. Beth's at a sleepover, so we've got the night. Hope nodded against his chest, inhaling the clean scent of his cologne mixed with sea salt, whispering, yes. 1,000 times yes. Meanwhile, in the stark, fluorescent-lit visitation room of the county jail, where the walls echoed with muffled sobs and the clang of distant doors, Poppy Nozawa pressed her palm against the thick plexiglass divider, her once flawless makeup smudged from endless tears, her orange jumpsuit a far cry from the designer gowns she'd flaunted at Forrester galas. Across from her sat Luna, her daughter, looking pale and fragile in a loose sweater that did little to hide the slight swell of her belly, her dark hair pulled back in a messy ponytail that spoke of sleepless nights. The guard had just announced 5 minutes left, but Poppy leaned in closer to the speaker, her voice a urgent hiss. Luna, listen to me. You can't trust Lou with this. My sister's always hated me, thinks I'm the reason you turned out. Well, like this. But that baby? It's your leverage, honey. Well, Spencer's the father, the test proved it, and Bill Spencer will move mountains for his bloodline. Tell him you're keeping it, that you'll name it after his late wife or something poetic. Mr. Spencer, you say, batting those eyes of yours, this child's a Spencer through and through. Help me get out of this mess, and I'll make sure it's raised with all the privileges. Don't mention the drugs or the doubt. Keep it clean. Luna's lips curled into a smirk that didn't reach her eyes, her fingers drumming on the counter as she glanced at the clock. Mom, save the scheming for your appeals hearing. Lee's the one who dragged me here, but she's also sneaking me vitamins and ultrasounds. Says the baby's healthy, due in spring. But Steffi's back, you know? Finn called her this morning, broke the news, all gentle-like. Luna's alive, Steffy, he said, according to the nurse who owes me a favor. And there's a baby, your nephew or niece, potentially. I could hear her freak out in the background, yelling, No, not in my house, not near my kids. She's declaring war, Mom. Threatening to petition for custody or something insane. As if I'd let that uptight princess anywhere near my child. Poppy's eyes narrowed, a flicker of her old fire igniting. Then fight dirty, like I taught you. Remember when you spiked Will's drink at that yacht party? One sip, and he'll be putty. You giggled to me later. This is bigger. Leak the paternity to the tabloids. Forrester heiress's sister-in-law pregnant with Spencer Sion. Watch the headlines explode. Ridge will have to intervene, and Brooke? She'll side with family unity. Just promise me, Luna, don't sign any papers Lee shoves at you. That declaration Steffy's making? It's bluff. You're the bold one here. Luna nodded slowly, but as the guard tapped his watch, her expression softened for the first time, a rare vulnerability cracking her facade. I miss you, Mom. This jail food's killing me, and the baby's kicking already, like it knows we're in the fight of our lives. When I get out, we'll run the show, you and me. No more Nozawas in the shadows. Poppy blew a kiss through the glass, her voice breaking. That's my girl. Bold and unbreakable. Now go, make that declaration of your own. Back at Forrester Creations, as twilight painted the sky in hues of lavender and gold, Ridge Forrester stood in his office, a tumbler of scotch in hand, staring at the family portrait on his desk, Steffy, Taylor, himself, all smiles from better days. The door burst open without a knock, and Brooke Logan swept in, her red power suit hugging her curves, her blonde waves cascading like a waterfall of determination. Ridge, tell me you heard about Luna. Katie called me in a panic, says the paternity results are in, and it's Will's. Steffy's losing it, declaring she'll block any contact, and Finn's caught in the crossfire again. We have to do something before this tears everyone apart. Ridge set down his glass, turning to her with that signature intensity, his blue eyes locking onto hers as he closed the distance. Brooke, I just got off with Bill. He's crowing like he won the lottery, a grandchild from his wild child Will. But Luna? After she nearly killed Steffy in that car wreck stunt? My daughter's right to protect her own. Dad, she cornered me in the hallway, tears streaming. Luna's a threat. This baby's just her latest ploy to infiltrate us. I declare now, no visitation, no holidays, nothing. Hayes and Kelly come first. And damn if it doesn't break my heart, but I get it. Brooke placed a hand on his chest, feeling the steady thrum of his heart beneath the crisp shirt. Ridge, listen to me. Hope's running back to Liam right now. Carter let her go this afternoon, handed her the ring like it burned him. Go find your happy, Hope, he said, according to Deacon, who watched the whole thing with a beer in hand. It's a sign. Families heal. They don't fracture further. Talk to Steffy. Tell her about redemption. Hell, look at Sheila. She's running Il Giardino like a pro, flirting harmlessly with Taylor over coffee dates that Deacon swears are innocent. Brooke, Taylor confessed to me yesterday on a walk in the park, her arm linked through mine like old times. Deacon's got the spark. Makes me forget the pain with Ridge. But it's just talk, late nights debating art and life, nothing more. We can bridge this, Ridge. For Luna's baby, for Hope and Liam's fresh start. He pulled her closer, his lips brushing her temple. You're always the voice of reason in my chaos, Logan. Fine, I'll call a family summit tomorrow. But if Luna pulls one more stunt. Brooke smiled up at him, her fingers tracing his jaw. Then we'll handle it together. Always. In the cozy confines of the Spencer Beach house, where the waves crashed rhythmically against the shore just beyond the deck, Liam and Hope shared a candlelit dinner under strings of fairy lights, the table laden with lobster bisque and chilled champagne that fizzed like their rekindled spark. Beth was tucked away for the night, her laughter from earlier echoing in Hope's mind as she'd hugged her daddy tight, whispering, "Mommy's staying?" Now, with the plates cleared and the ocean breeze ruffling the curtains, Liam took Hope's hand across the table, his gaze steady and full of promise. Hope, before we dive back in, I need to say this. I've changed. No more chasing shadows, no more doubting us because of Steffy's drama or Thomas's obsessions. You're it for me, the mother of my child, the woman who sees through my flaws to the man I want to be. Hope squeezed his hand, her voice soft but sure. Liam, I know. Carter was safe, a distraction from the pain of losing you the first time. But when he declared it over, slipping that ring back into its box with a sad smile, I love you enough to let you go, he murmured. I felt free. Deacon cornered me after, slapping me on the back like we were co-conspirators. That's my girl, he grinned. Liam's been moping around the office, sketching designs with your name doodled in the margins. Go claim your man. And Brooke, oh, she teared up on the phone. Sweetheart, love's the boldest choice. Run to it. Liam laughed, pulling her onto his lap as he stood, carrying her toward the bedroom with effortless strength. Then let's be bold. Marry me, Hope. Again. For real this time, no Logan Forrester wars, just us. She wrapped her arms around his neck, her lips finding his in a kiss that tasted of salt and second chances. Yes, Liam. 1,000 declarations of yes. As the night deepened, Steffy lay awake in the Forrester guest room, the silk sheets tangled around her legs, Finn's arm heavy across her waist in sleep. The declaration she'd made to her father replayed in her mind like a bad dream, Luna's shadow looming over her perfect life, the baby's ultrasound image that Lee had texted earlier burning in her phone's gallery. It's a boy, Lee had written, followed by a tentative olive branch. Steffy, he's family. Don't shut us out. But Steffy couldn't shake the fear, the bold resolve hardening in her chest. Tomorrow, she'd confront Luna herself, face to face in that safe house, and declare the boundaries once and for all. Stay away from my family, she'd say, voice steel wrapped in velvet. This child changes nothing. You're a danger, Luna, and I'll protect what's mine. In the distance, the city lights twinkled like distant stars, oblivious to the storms brewing in the hearts of the bold and the broken. The next morning dawned crisp and clear, the kind of LA day that promised renewal but delivered only more intrigue. At Il Giardino, Deacon Sharp wiped down the bar with a practiced hand, the aroma of fresh espresso mingling with the faint tang of last night's spilled wine. Taylor Hayes slid onto a stool, her elegant trench coat draped over the back, her smile warm but edged with curiosity. Deacon, you look like a man with secrets. Spill. What's this I hear about Hope bolting back to Liam? And Luna's baby? The town's buzzing like a beehive. Deacon leaned in, his rugged features softening as he poured her a cappuccino, dusting it with cinnamon. Taylor, my lips are sealed on the daughter front, but off the record? It's about damn time. Liam's a good guy, warts and all. As for Luna, Bill's already lawyering up, declaring the kid his legacy. Deacon. He barked into the phone at dawn. Tell your ex-wife's crew to back off. This Spencer's blood is gold. Sheila's fuming in the kitchen, muttering about another schemer in the mix. But you? What's got you here so early? Ridge regrets? Taylor sipped her drink, shaking her head with a wry laugh. Ridge? He's all Brooke all the time. No, I'm here for the company. And maybe a little harmless flirting. Taylor, you said last week over tiramisu, your eyes twinkling, life's too short for what-ifs. Let's make some new memories. Bold words, Sharp. Deacon grinned, tossing the rag over his shoulder. Bold's my middle name. But seriously, with Luna's declaration hitting the fan, paternity confirmed, Steffy raging, we all need allies. Fancy a walk later? Talk strategy, not scandals. Taylor's eyes sparkled. You're on. Just don't tell Brooke. Over at the hospital, Lee Finnegan scrubbed in for surgery, her movements precise, but her mind a whirlwind. The call from Poppy had come at midnight, a collect plea from jail. Lee, don't let Steffy poison this. The baby's innocent. Tell Finn to declare his support for family. Lee had hung up, fuming, but now, as she gowned up, Finn burst into the scrub room, his face ashen. Mom, Steffy's going to see Luna today. She cornered me at breakfast, plate of pancakes untouched. Finn, I have to end this, she said, her voice like ice. Declare it to her face. No place in our world. What do? I love my wife, but this is my niece's child. Lee tied her mask, her eyes meeting his over the fabric. You stand by Steffy, son. Luna's made her bed, drugged, deceived, faked death. But whisper to Steffy, compassion doesn't mean surrender. The baby's a Finnegan-Spencer bridge. Build it carefully. Finn nodded, exhaling sharply. You're right. Bold moves only. Hope and Liam, meanwhile, strolled hand in hand along the Malibu pier, the salty breeze whipping Hope's hair as gulls wheeled overhead. Liam, last night was magic, she murmured, leaning into him. But with Luna's news everywhere, Carter texted me this morning. Happy for you, truly. Let's co-parent the lines at Forrester. I worry it'll pull us under. Liam stopped, turning her to face him, the Ferris wheel's lights flickering in the distance. It won't. I declare now, you're my future. Ring shopping tomorrow. Hope laughed, pulling him into a kiss. Declare accepted. In the safe house tucked away in the Hollywood Hills, Luna paced the living room, her hand cradling her belly as the door opened. Steffy entered like a storm, poised and unyielding. Luna, she began, voice steady, let's cut the games. The paternity test. Will's child. Bold move, but it's done. I declare this. Stay away from my family, my kids, my life. This baby's yours to raise, far from us. Luna whirled, eyes blazing. Steffy, you think you can dictate? This child's a Forrester link through Finn. Auntie Steffy, it'll call you one day. Fight me, and I'll drag every secret into court. Steffy stepped closer, unflinching. Try it. I've got the scars to prove I'm unbreakable. The air crackled, two bold women clashing, the baby's future hanging in the balance. As the confrontation simmered, Ridge arrived unannounced, Brooke in tow. Enough, he boomed. Declarations aside, we're family. Luna, get clean, get help. Steffy, mercy tempers strength. Brooke nodded, hugging Hope, who'd just arrived with Liam. See? Bold hearts find a way. Days blurred into a tapestry of tense summits and whispered alliances. Deacon and Taylor's walks turned to dinners, innocent sparks igniting. Taylor, you're a breath of fresh air. Deacon confessed over pasta, her hand in his. Ridge who? She smiled. Bold and beautiful indeed. Hope and Liam's engagement announcement rocked the Logans, Brooke teary, Deacon toasting with champagne. To running toward love, he said, clinking glasses. Steffy, softening slightly after Luna's tearful plea. It's not all bad, Steffy. The baby's kicking for you. Declared a truce. Supervised visits. Therapy mandated. Luna, in a quiet moment with Poppy via video, whispered, Mom, it's working. The Spencers are circling. Poppy grinned. That's my bold girl.